Did you know there are cattle that produce golden milk? Some with massive horns longer than your arms, and even wild cattle that still roam free today. There's a lot more to cattle than just black and white cows in the field. In this video, you'll learn about different types of cattle breeds found across the world. We'll explore dairy breeds that fill your glass with milk, beef breeds that provide tasty steaks, and even miniature and wild breeds you might have never heard of. Now, just a heads up, there are hundreds of cattle breeds out there. In this video, we'll only cover a few from each group to keep it simple and fun. So if your favorite breed isn't mentioned, don't worry. It might show up in a future video. Let's start with one of the most familiar types of cattle, the ones that produce milk. When you pour milk on your cereal or enjoy a slice of cheese, chances are it came from one of these amazing dairy breeds. Dairy cattle are raised mainly for one thing, producing milk. But not all dairy cows are the same. Some give more milk, and others produce creamier, richer milk. Let's meet three of the most popular dairy breeds. Holstein Friesian. This is the most common dairy breed in the world. You've probably seen them, big cows with black and white spots. They can produce more milk than any other breed. If you drink regular white milk, it likely came from a Holstein. Jersey. Jersey cows may be smaller, but they pack a punch. Their milk is extra rich and full of butterfat, perfect for making butter, cream, and ice cream. Plus, they're known for their sweet and gentle personalities. Brown Swiss. Brown Swiss cows are big and tough. Their milk has lots of protein and is great for cheese. They come from the mountains of Switzerland and are known for being calm and friendly. So now that you've met the milk makers, let's take a look at the breeds that are raised for delicious, tender beef. Beef cattle are raised for one main reason: meat. These breeds grow strong and muscular, and they're known for producing tasty, tender beef. Let's check out three beef breeds you'll definitely want to know about. Angus. Angus cattle are super popular, especially in the US. They're famous for beef that's juicy and full of marbling. Those little lines of fat that make steaks tender and flavorful. You've probably seen certified Angus beef on restaurant menus. Now you know where it comes from. Hereford. Herefords are easy to recognize with their red bodies and white faces. They're calm, easy to manage, and do great on grass pastures. Their meat is lean and delicious, and they're often used in crossbreeding programs. Wagyu. Wagyu cattle come from Japan, and they're treated like royalty. Their beef is known around the world for its intense marbling and melt-in-your-mouth texture. It's one of the most expensive types of beef you can buy, and for good reason. You've seen the top milk producers and beef champs, but what if one breed could do both? Let's move on to dual-purpose cattle, the best of both worlds. Some cattle aren't just raised for one thing. They give you both milk to drink and meat for your plate. These are called dual-purpose breeds, and they're perfect for farms that want to get the most out of every cow. Let's look at three popular dual-purpose breeds. Simmental. Simmentals come from Switzerland and are known for their size and strength. They produce a lot of milk, almost as much as dairy cows. And when it's time, they also provide high-quality beef. Farmers like them because they grow fast and are easy to manage. Shorthorn. Shorthorns are one of the oldest cattle breeds, and they're found all over the world. They come in different colors and are very adaptable. You can raise them for both milk and meat, which makes them great for family farms. Dexter. Dexters are the smallest dual-purpose breed. They're perfect for small farms or homesteads with limited space. Even though they're small, they still give a good amount of milk and tasty beef. They're gentle, easy to care for, and great for beginners. Now you've seen cows that can do it all. But what about the ones that helped build farms before machines? Let's take a look at draft and working cattle, the original farm workers. Before tractors and machines took over the fields, farmers relied on strong cattle to do the heavy lifting. These animals pulled carts, plowed fields, and helped with all kinds of hard work. Let's meet some breeds that were built for muscle power. Chianina. Chianina cattle come from Italy and are one of the tallest cattle breeds in the world. They were once used to pull wagons and plows, thanks to their strong bodies. Today, they're more often raised for meat, but they still look like gentle giants. Oxen. Oxen isn't a breed, it's a job title. Any cattle, usually big and calm ones, can be trained to work as oxen. Breeds like Holstein, Longhorn, or even Shorthorn are often chosen. They're trained to work together and follow commands. Like living tractors. Kankrai. Kankrej cattle come from India and are known for their strength and endurance. They're still used today to pull carts and plows, especially in hot climates. They're tough, adaptable, and play a big role in traditional farming. These strong cattle helped shape agriculture for centuries. But what about breeds that adapted to extreme heat, wild landscapes, and tough living conditions? Up next, indigenous and adaptive cattle that survive where others can't. Some cattle are born to handle the toughest environments. From dry deserts to hot jungles, these breeds have adapted to survive and thrive where others can't. Let's meet 3 incredible cattle that are built for survival. Ankole Watusi. The Ankole Watusi comes from Africa and is easy to spot. Just look at those huge horns. Their horns help them stay cool in the heat by releasing body heat. They're beautiful, strong, and can survive with very little water or food. Texas Longhorn. Texas Longhorns are icons of the American West. They're super tough and can live on rough land where other cattle might struggle. Their long, curved horns make them stand out, and their lean meat is lower in fat. Nellore cattle come from India and are one of the most common breeds in South America. They handle hot, humid weather really well and resist parasites. Their hump and loose skin help them stay cool, perfect for tropical climates. These breeds have adapted to nature's challenges, but some cattle are rare, almost forgotten, and part of history. Next, we'll explore rare and heritage breeds that are being preserved before they disappear. Not all cattle breeds are common or easy to find. Some are rare, with small populations and deep historical roots. These heritage breeds are part of farming history, and some people are working hard to keep them from going extinct. Let's take a look at a few unique ones. Randall. The Randall is an endangered breed from the United States. They were once common on small farms, but now there are only a few left. They're hardy, calm, and can be used for milk, meat, and even light farm work. Small farmers are now raising Randalls to help bring them back. Florida Cracker. Florida Cracker cattle are one of the oldest breeds in the US. They descended from Spanish cattle brought over in the 1500s. They're small, tough, and well-suited to the heat and bugs of Florida. These cattle played a big role in early American ranching. Vautour. The Vautour is the smallest cattle breed in the world, and it comes from India. They may be tiny, but they're full of personality and give rich, golden-colored milk. Vautour cattle were nearly lost, but thanks to local farmers, they're making a comeback. Now you've met some of the rarest cattle on Earth. But what happens when breeders mix different cattle to create something new? Let's check out Composite, or hybrid, breeds designed for performance. Sometimes farmers want the best traits from more than one breed, like heat resistance, fast growth, and quality beef. That's where composite breeds come in. These are hybrids created by carefully mixing different cattle breeds to get the best of both worlds. Let's look at 3 popular composite breeds. Brangus. Brangus is a mix of Brahman and Angus. It combines the heat and disease resistance of Brahman with the tasty, marbled beef of Angus. They're strong, low maintenance, and do well in hot climates, perfect for southern farms. Beefmaster. The Beefmaster was created in Texas by combining Brahman, Hereford, and Shorthorn. It's known for fast growth, strong calves, and the ability to survive in tough conditions. Farmers love them because they're productive, hardy, and easy to raise. Santa Gertrudis. Santa Gertrudis is another American-made breed developed at the King Ranch in Texas. It mixes Brahman and Shorthorn bloodlines. These cattle are heat-tolerant, resistant to pests, and produce good quality beef. They're a great example of how smart breeding can create a better animal. These hybrid cattle were built for performance. But what if you want cattle that are small, easy to handle, and perfect for tiny farms? Let's take a closer look at miniature cattle breeds next. Not every farm has room for full-size cows. That's where miniature cattle come in. They're small, easy to manage, and perfect for hobby farms, homesteads, or even large backyards. Let's meet a few of these pint-sized breeds. Miniature Hereford. Miniature Herefords look just like the full-size version, only smaller. They still have a solid frame and produce good beef, just in smaller portions. They're calm, friendly, and easier on fences, feed, and pasture space. Miniature Zebu. Miniature Zebu is one of the oldest cattle breeds, and they're naturally small. They come from tropical areas and do great in hot climates. They're also very gentle, which makes them a favorite for petting zoos and family farms. Dexter. We met the Dexter earlier as a dual-purpose breed, but they also belong on this list. Dexters are one of the smallest cattle breeds in the world. But don't let their size fool you. They give both milk and meat and are super easy to care for. These mini cattle may be small, but they're packed with purpose. Now, let's head in the opposite direction, to cattle that live wild and free. Next up, feral and wild cattle that still roam without fences. Most cattle live on farms, but some still roam wild, just like their ancient ancestors. These breeds have lived with little or no human help, and they've survived on their own for generations. Let's meet 2 of the most interesting wild and feral cattle. Chillingham wild cattle. These rare white cattle live in a protected park in England. They've been wild for hundreds of years and haven't been bred or changed by humans. They're small, shy, and live in a tight herd, untouched and unmanaged. Scientists study them to learn more about ancient cattle behavior. Batizu. Batizu cattle live in the mountains of France and Spain. They are feral, which means they were once domestic but returned to the wild. They roam freely in rough, rocky terrain and are great at finding their own food. Even though they're hard to find, they're a symbol of local history and culture. From backyard minis to wild mountain rovers, cattle truly come in all shapes, sizes, and stories. But what do they all have in common? Let's wrap it all up. From hard-working draft cattle to backyard minis, from high milk producers to wild mountain wanderers, the world of cattle is way more diverse than most people realize. Each breed has its own strengths, whether it's milk, meat, muscle, or just being unique. So whether you're starting a farm, studying animals, or just love learning new things, now you know that not all cows are created equal. Which breed surprised you the most? Was it the cow with giant horns? The one with golden milk? Or maybe the tiniest breed of them all? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're intrigued learning about these amazing cattle, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, so you never miss more farming and animal stories.